Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. Today I am going to share with you an amazing story about a superhero kid who can control water. He was an 8-year-old kid who liked to play with water. He would spend hours and hours playing with his water gun during summers, and he was really good at it. But one day when Akash was playing with water at the park near his house, some goons came and started making trouble. These goons were notorious for creating nuisance in the park. Akash never said no to anyone. He made colorful fountains at the park, turned the waterfalls into slides for the kids, and even created artificial rain for the plants. People from different places started coming to the park just to have a glimpse of Akash. There were many who envied his powers and wanted to steal them for themselves. Among them was Dr. Evil, a mad scientist who was infamous for his wicked experiments. He knew that his father must be worried about him, so he wanted to come back home as soon as possible. He jumped on a log and started floating on the river. Meanwhile, the river took Akash to the city. It knew where his home was. Dr. Evil was furious. His goons had failed to capture Akash yet again. He decided to do it himself and subscribe to the channel. Also share your feedback in the comments below. We will be back soon with another exciting story. Until then, take care and goodbye. He transformed himself into a giant octopus and entered the river. Akash could feel the evil intentions of the doctor, so he didn't waste any time. He made the river flow upwards and the water lifted him high up in the sky. Akash flew above the city and reached home in no time, but Drive Evil was too quick. He had installed cameras all over the city to keep an eye on Akash. He explained everything to him and apologized for sending him to that wicked doctor. Akash hugged his father and told him that it was his fault, too. He shouldn't have run away from home. Suddenly, they heard a loud crash. It was Dr. Evil. He was trying to break into their house. The water in the overhead tank started shaking. Akash made it flow upwards and directed a strong jet towards Dr. Evil. The water hit him and turned him into a tiny octopus. Akash's father picked up the tiny Dr. Evil and handed him to the police. When he saw his goons getting defeated, he immediately informed the police. Soon, a large number of policemen surrounded Akash in the forest. He was tired. His powers weren't enough to defeat so many opponents. Just then, he saw a river nearby. He jumped inside and made a wish. The river started flowing backwards and created a whirlpool. The policemen fell inside and were swept away. He had heard a lot about Akash and wanted to capture him so that he could study his powers. But Akash was too popular. It was impossible to kidnap him without anyone noticing. So Dr. Evil hatched a new plan. Everyone loved him. Even the adults couldn't stop praising him. Many people had gathered there as they had received a message from Dr. Evil that he would reveal the true face of the water boy today. Akash was afraid that people would turn against him, but he was wrong. Everyone supported him. They showered flowers on him and praised him for defeating the evil doctor. After the incident, Akash's father became very strict about his training. He hired bodyguards for Akash so that nobody could harm him. He said that he would build a magnificent water park for the city if they allowed him to take Akash for a week. Mr. Sharma told him that he had to go to the academy far away from home. Akash was very sad. He hugged his father and boarded the car. Drive Evil and his goons were waiting for them. The moment Akash stepped out of the car, the goons surrounded him and tried to grab him. But Akash was agile and quick. He dodged them and ran towards the garden. There he saw a beautiful lake. As soon as he touched the water, he felt a connection with it. He communicated with the lake and asked for help. The lake agreed and gushed out from its banks, forming a huge wall and blocking the way for the goons. Then it sprayed water on them, making them slip and fall. The city council was greedy and agreed to his proposal. Drive Evil sent his goons to Akash's house and told them to bring him to the water park the next morning. But Akash's mother wasn't at home. His father, Mr. Sharma, was the only one who was present. Drive Evil tried to trick Mr. Sharma by saying that Akash had won a scholarship to study in a prestigious academy for gifted children, and he needed to leave the next morning. Mr. Sharma was very happy. He always wanted his son to get proper training for his abilities so that he could use them for the betterment of humanity. So he packed Akash's bag and put him to bed. Some of them wanted him to participate in the reality TV shows for superhumans, but Akash's parents never agreed. They were worried that their son might hurt himself or others while showing off his powers. They would tease the kids, fight with the elders, and misbehave with the women. The goons snatched the water gun from Akash's hand and threw it away. Then they started pouring sand into his pail of water, dirtying it. Akash was very upset. His parents had told him not to fight with anybody, so he didn't argue with them. Instead, he closed his eyes, took a deep breath, and made a wish. He wished that all the sand should be removed from the water. Suddenly, the pail started shaking. All the sand was thrown away and the water was as clean as before. The goons were shocked. They couldn't believe what they were seeing. The pail was making some strange movements, as if it was alive, but Akash wasn't an ordinary boy. He had a secret. He had superpowers. Yes, he could control water. Whenever he touched water, it obeyed him like a pet. He could make it move according to his will. And not only that, he could also communicate with the water bodies like rivers, lakes, and oceans. They talked to him and he understood them. He was the only human being on Earth with such powers. This is an original story written by yours truly, so let's get started. Once upon a time in a big city, there lived a young boy named Akash. The other goons tried to run away, but they couldn't. The water in the nearby fountain started gushing out and sprayed on the goons, making them wet and shivering. Some people gathered around and asked what was happening. One of the goons picked up a stone and threw it towards the fountain. The water jet was broken and the goon was very happy about it. But little did he know that this was the biggest mistake of his life. The moment the water splashed on the ground, it started vibrating. The earth trembled and a huge geyser erupted from the ground. All the goons were sucked inside and the earth closed its mouth as if nothing had happened. Everyone was stunned. They couldn't understand what had just occurred. Only Akash was smiling. He knew that his powers were growing stronger. His parents had no idea about his superpowers. They thought their son was just a normal kid who liked water a lot. One of the goons tried to pick up the pail, but as soon as he touched it, he screamed and fell down. The pail was now boiling hot. From that day, Akash became famous in the locality as the water boy. Kids would gather around him and ask him to perform different tricks with water. Meanwhile, news of the water boy spread to the nearby cities and towns as well. He went to the city council and offered them a deal. When Akash woke up in the morning, he found his father crying. Akash ran towards the forest. Now Akash knew that he had to reach home before his father lost hope. He was very happy to see his father waiting for him on the terrace. Mr. Sharma was overjoyed to see his son. The next morning, Mr. Sharma took Akash to the park. And that's all for today's story. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like it.